My name is Vinji. I'm a third-year doctoral student in Dr. Peter Thorne's lab. We are wondering about the developmental toxicity of vaping right now. And so we are using a mouse model in our research in order to determine whether or not maternal exposure to e-cigarettes can translate into adverse health outcomes in the fetus, especially later in life. Whether that be like lung biology or pulmonary events, we don't know yet. So the way we set up the experiment, it's to simulate a more realistic exposure model in terms of human exposure. For example, we wanted to expose the mice to e-cigarette aerosols before they got pregnant, because realistically, women do not take up smoking after they realize that they're pregnant. And so in this model, we are hoping that the changes that come with e-cigarette exposure are within the mother's body before she gets pregnant. And therefore, we'll be able to get a more realistic look into the effects that this can have after gestation. This is our nose-only exposure setup. These are the towers that we put the mice in. So these are the holders that we have that are purchased from Cyrac that the mice go into. So they go in here and their little noses stick out right here. And then we put them into these towers right here. And this is basically how the aerosol is generated. So this is a Juul device right now. I'm gonna turn on the program. And so this pump basically acts like, like a human taking a breath, right? So it's drawing puffs from the Juul device, and the aerosol gets routed through this network of tubes that connect to these towers right here. And so the mice get individual channels to breathe the aerosol in, and this is how we expose them to e-cigarette aerosols. I originally wanted to be a writer, so I didn't actually want to be a scientist, but science was so fun and I had so much fun in labs that I sort of decided that that's what I wanted to do in college. And so this is my advice to, I guess, all the kids out there, all the students out there, is that don't let being bad at math hold you back from science. Surprisingly, science involves a lot of writing and reading, especially writing, so that can come as a surprise to a lot of people too. I think this is a topic that is very relatable because it is in the public consciousness. And also, there is a lack of research on the effects of vaping products, specifically, the aerosols from, e-cigarettes. E-cigarettes have only been on the market in the US since the early 2000s. There hasn't been a lot of research or regulation that goes into this. So we still don't know exactly how it affects the lungs completely yet. So hopefully our research will basically inform regulations and recommendations that doctors can give to people who are actually using these products as a means to quit smoking. But also because we have this new generation of young people who are getting addicted to these products, we are also very concerned that we don't know what long-term effects they may experience, whether it be in the lung or in their reproductive organs or in their hearts, so there's still a lot of unknowns and questions to be answered here.